Hey there, lads and lasses. This here is Thunderhand 64 coming at you live from the west coast of the United States. Here on a Wednesday, it is in Pacific Standard Time, a little bit past noon, and maybe significantly past noon. And that can only mean that it is time for some Generations Minecraft server with some baby zombie rush. And before I get started, I'd like to welcome in Soup. Sup, Soup. My fellow survivor from Black Mesa, from the Black Mesa incident. All right, so what do we have planned today? Redstone. That's what we have planned today. Thunderhand spamming redstone. By the way, this Friday's Buffooncraft stream. Good Lord, do I have something to show you guys. It's going to be so fun. If I weren't so busy today and tomorrow, I don't think I'd be able to wait until Friday, and I would just stream it then. I would stream it before then, actually. But both today and tomorrow, very busy lad. That I am. There we go. Hey, this old place. All right, so as usual, whenever I get over here, I log back into here. I review where we're at. We created our entranceway over there. Secret door. Yeah, we made a secret door inside the maze. There are portions of the maze in which the player may find themselves in and not find their way out of. And those areas of the maze don't actually lead to the exit. And so I wanted to provide a secret door somewhere in that area that would lead you out so you can get into that kind of area. So, and maybe make it out of the maze. So arrow dispensing, detrimental. So there's a dead end with a button to push on there, and a panel opens up and fires arrows. Detrimental means that they're bad for the player, right? And good for the baby zombies. And then there's another arrow dispensing. There's another such arrow dispensing feature that's beneficial. They're good for the player and bad for the baby zombies. Then there's the baby zombie spawner at the entrance to start the game. We got that installed, and then dead end baby zombie spawner. So again, the player goes to a dead end, takes the risk, pushes a button. In this particular case, a panel opens up and out pours baby zombies. Jeppo-tastic! Hey, Jeppo. How are you today? Welcome on into the stream. The stream that we started late. So what we were working on here was to get a fall-away trapdoor in the floor. So the player runs down to the dead end, takes the risk, presses the button. Trapdoors open up in the middle, and the player falls down through into... We decided two variations. One is lava, and the other is creepers that explode and kill the player. It's tonight for me. Ooh, Jeppo contacting us from the future. So, the Thunderhand family, we're already planning our annual summer trip back home to Taiwan, in Jeppo's part of the world. And Jeppo's not in Taiwan, but she's in that area, Asia. And so this time we're going to try to use, for once, a different airline. We usually go over there with Eva each time, but this year we're going to go with Starlux. They fly out of Ontario instead of LAX. And that is so much better for us, believe me. Oh my God. I heard from Kauchi, you guys, to Taiwan a lot. Yeah, we go once a year. We bring Mrs. Thunderhand back so she can visit her family and stuff like that. So, and then, how are you? I am excellent. I am so happy to be working in Generations right now on this, and I'm a very, very happy lad in Buffooncraft right now, which you guys will see on Friday. All right, so the idea here is we have a double action fall away floor. So let's reset it and then fix it. Okay, not quite doing exactly what we want there. Because I have... And the reset is something that I need to install, and I think that's where we left off the last time. So let's just fire it up and get the idea of what we're trying to do first. Like that. And then... So this should be the initial condition. Something like that. And so you can imagine the player running down here. Here come the baby zombies. Oh my goodness. And they press this. And down they go. All right. So we did succeed in getting that to work. Oh, you're in Spanish Mountains right now. Ooh. You're in 160 the internet. Totally potato. Okay. I prepared potato soup for day. Oh. Okay. I guess they complement each other in some sort of at least grammatical way. I'm offended. Tomorrow, I will soup them. I've met quite a few people from Spain. I haven't actually been, though, but I've met quite a few. Several of my coworkers have been from there. Mainly Chinese people who live in Spain and then moved here to America, so to the U.S. I like it. I'm glad. In fact, I look forward to a stream in which you can describe your experiences. So I have to do my traveling to Spain vicariously through Jeppo. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. I did earlier. Okay, so we need an initial condition and then a final condition, and I think what we were doing here was to do the return circuit. And the idea behind the return circuit is now it has to pulse, send another pulse through, activate the bottom part and then the top part, and then return it to its initial state. Now, I was thinking about this earlier during the week because Baby Zombie Rush is always on my mind. You're always on my mind. And the idea, I didn't momentarily consider that this is a fatal... If you fall through the floor and into the lava, it's over, right? It's fatal. And so the player would then, if they opted for the next round, would then proceed over to the next copy, which is already set. My point is that I was thinking this might not need a reset, so to say. It may not need to reset itself because the player falls in there, they die, they're on to the next copy, right? But two things, after the entire game is over, I would like, a nice push button to have it. The less things I have to reset, the better, right? Also, the player may survive this. I only opened up the very center. If the player detects what's going on fast enough, they could jump to the side on one of these, and they may survive this. If that's the case and they survive and somehow escape this end of the maze, I would like the maze to reset itself so when they come upon this again, they, won't realize what this was, right? And so I'm trying to do that in as many places in the maze as I can, because maybe they'll fall for it twice. Maybe. But panicked because the wood stove almost went out. There is no other heating. Oh, I'm trying to think of the latitude that Spain is on. You said you're in the Spanish mountains. Yeah, so... Yeah, only the very southern part of Spain is hot, right? And yeah, if you're in the mountains, it's probably quite cool up there. Wood stove almost went out. Back when I was a wee lad growing up in New Hampshire during the winter times, yeah, we had to take shifts and keep the wood stove going because our house was not completely constructed. My father took it upon himself to build his own house, which sounds ambitious and impressive, but he moved his family into the basement with an unfinished top. And so we lived in a basement for like 5 years. Yes, it is a very Dickensian novel kind of existence. But keeping the wood stove going was critical, yes. It's an adventure. There, traveling, it's an adventure because you know it's going to end, right? Our situation ended like after 5 years. That's why, like I could, for example, well, not at my current age, but I could have built a house for our family as well. And just because of that experience, I decided not to. Okay, so this is the opened state like this. And then we need to have a circuit that activates these and then closes it in the reverse order. And one of the things I wanted to do was, let's take a look at this. And let me see, comparator. Like this. Redstone. Like this. Power source. Great. Torch. Hello? A torch? So, one of these things you can see like this is a pulse extender, and it can work like a clock. The Baby Zombie Rush prototype that is in the creative test world, or last year's creative test world, has several of these in it. But I was only like, and I'm going to lowball this too, because I would say I was only like 50% certain of how this thing worked. And now I think I'm close to 100% certain how it works now. So this reads the signal coming in, and it'll put the same signal coming out, but it takes a little bit of away when it does so. So it'll drop to here, bring it over here, and it'll circulate around like this. Also, if you go like that, you can see that it drops out that signal there. Actually, I think I've got this backwards. Right? I want to read the input signal, and it puts, yeah, that's what I want to do. That's why I said I'm almost certain. I'm okay. So here we go. So the input goes like this, right? In fact, I can even do. And let's see if I can get this to line up correctly. Yeah, like that. Okay. Well, I don't know. That's more confusing because now the arrow points out sideways. Let's not do that at all. I thought that might be cool. So the idea of this is that when we power the input like this, it reads around through here, outputs an output signal like this, crosses over here. We lose a tick there, but then it reads this, brings it over, and we regain it again like this. And then it will stay like that. Now, if we remove the source and this starts to lose its redstone signal, it will cycle through by one tick every time, right? And it'll count down to 0 like this. Okay? Now, one of the ways that we can use this is if we're like this, and we want a steady pulse that will just simply turn on and then turn off, we can output here, and we can use a repeater. Like that. So you can see as this signal counts down and reduces, the repeater will keep it outputting at a steady 15 signal strength until this goes to 0, and then it shuts it off. So that's how we can use this as a clock. And it's good for a short clock, right? Thunder, can I ask you about your take on some Minecraft drama? This is some very intense redstone engineering. Soup, I don't mean to be condescending, buddy, but this is like the oldest, old school, very, very basic redstoning. Hold on. Let me do some mod stuff. Excuse me while I do some mod stuff. There we go. But it goes to show what kind of level of redstone I'm at, because, you know, this just dawned on me a little while ago, and I've been playing this game for a long time. But Jeppo, as far as Minecraft drama, you can ask. I'm not sure my response will be very satisfying, though. But you can ask. Yeah, so this is the idea. So, and then if we want the clock to run longer, we can just add more comparators. Right? Now, I'm going to say that there's a TikTok content creator named Cyvold, and he does these very, very excellent, extremely brief redstone TikTok videos. They're nice, these redstone TikTok shorts. And it's the way he does them. He's very, very concise. His language in there that he uses is perfect. And he makes them at just the right length. So he'll take one concept like this, and in like maybe 30 seconds or sometimes even less, get the idea across crystal clear and very concise. And he makes a series of these, and they're very, very cool. And most of it I wouldn't say most of it, but a lot of it I already know. But then sometimes when I just see something like this, I'm like, oh, yeah, I totally get this. So now if we increase these, you can see now we take this pulse away, and now you can see how it takes longer for it to count down, but the output still stays at 15, right? So again, this is good. Now, if you have a button to activate it, like we do in all of our dead end features, that's what this is good for. You can see it counting itself down, and then the output right there, it's stopped. Right? Now, you can put the outputs here if you'd like. You know, that it doesn't really matter, off to the sides and everything. I just think of it as going in here, doing a loop this way, coming back around, and looping in this direction, because that's what it is. It reads this first, right? And it loops in this counterclockwise direction. So when it comes around again and goes into here, I think of out shooting off that way. It just mentally helps me remember how this works. Or just, it's more intuitive is what I'm trying to say. The thing that isn't cool about this is the longer you want the circuit to last, the more comparators you need. And it's not very space efficient, right? And so it's better, I'm thinking, to, after a certain point, like this is 2, 4, 6, 8. After 8, maybe 10, I would probably just switch to an Etho Harper clock. Jeppo says, recently I learned that Iskall left Hermitcraft. Any insights? No, not really. I guess it's kind of shocking. You probably don't think of Hermitcraft in that kind of manner, but when you have... How many members does Hermitcraft have currently? I believe it's 15, maybe, like active members. you get that many people together for that long, and there's got to be controversy sooner or later, right? In fact, I'm surprised it's taken this long. Now, with other forms of entertainment like bands, musical artists, athletes, movies, a lot of that is covered up, and you don't hear about it until much, much, much later, right? But Hermitcraft, just being a bunch of folks who get together and play, you hear about it right away when something like that happens, right? My take on that is, I don't know. I don't know Iskall. I don't know the other party involved. I don't know anything about that, so I try not to draw conclusions, and I try to give people the benefit of the doubt because we don't know. We've got all of this he said, she said, this, that, the other thing. I don't know. I would feel very irresponsible in drawing conclusions about that. I think that's their business. A lot of people say, that, the Hermits made their decision to ask Iskall to leave and stuff too abruptly without. I don't know. There's stuff about that we don't know and that we're not gonna know. And I have to leave room for the benefit of the doubt, because I don't know, right? Have you guys seen the new Minecraft movie toys? They are extremely cursed. That doesn't surprise me, Soup. 20-something total, probably 20 members, yeah. Something like that. And, people think of Hermitcraft as being very family-friendly. For the most part it is, but they are human beings. They are all adults. Some of them are young adults, but they're all adults. That happens in the adult world. It does. Sounds like a wise take. Well, you're very kind. A lot of people really don't like that kind of response. They want to know, they want a dichotometric opposing system, and they want you to be on a side. Even if it's not theirs, they want you to be on a side so they know where you stand. And my take on that is there's a third side. Like, that's not really any of my business, right? So I just feel personally for me that there's nothing worse than grabbing a side like that, proceeding when I'm not 100% certain on what happens, and then having to try to walk it back and try to undo any damage that I did. I just can't, I let the parties involved decide what they're going to do, and what can I really do about that? I don't. Yeah. So if it's something I'm involved in directly, and I'm allowed to talk about it, I would, but I don't know enough. So throwing it right back at you, Jeppo, what do you think about it? What's your take on it? See, Jeppo, because I respect you, I don't just fire back your question back at you immediately, which is what I usually do when somebody asks me that kind of stuff. I just don't even give an explanation. I just respond, well, what do you think about it? And I just hand it right back to him, and I'm like, I'm out. So I'm thinking I can use this somewhere if I have enough room here. But the thing I'm going to have to do is work backwards to this point. And I think one of the things that we needed to do was to take the source off of the initial firing mechanism here and not anywhere in this circuit. I think that's the mistake we were making the last time. I was trying to say, hey, I'm already using this rail and this rail and that rail and that rail. Let's just make another circuit over here that then reverses that. And I'll just pull right off of these. And I think that was a mistake. I think what we need to do is to take it off of the initial pulse here and make it work like that. right? And so this drops this downward and activates this part of this rail. And that's how that works, right? Now, I've got to be careful. I can't put any redstone here because the player is going to fall down through here. And I might actually have to put some decorative features under here. So we're going to have to do something like, let's take those out. Because they'll activate as I place these blocks, right? So we'll have to do something like that. See, this we may have to actually move out by a block. And these will have to... I don't mind if they see the pistons. That's okay. Yes. Okay. These have to be in the front. I'm like, what is going on? It's an optical illusion. Right. Okay. And these have to face outward, which is going to be a bit of a challenge. Right. But we're going to need that. So when this opens up, they fall through. Let me put those back in place. And I think the easiest way to do that would be from this angle. He's pulling the whole thing apart. Actually, I'm not. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Fuck. Not like that, though. That's not fine. All right, let's do this. Let's do that. And I think I can access these from... Oh, no, I can't. Oh, this is going to be hard to do. Let's try this. Oh, no. Like that. Okay, I think I'm good if I do something like this. And let me make sure I'm okay with this. Actually, I think I had these... How did I have this now? I shouldn't have done that. Let me think this through. This pulse comes through here. They say this adds power here. This goes up. Now, what do I want this to do? These make power for that. Oh, and that's what the problem was. Okay. It wasn't really a problem. But that's how the mechanic works. Yes. Okay, these go here like that because it'll cause those to fire. All right, like this. All right, so when the player falls down through, this will also be bricked up, so they won't see that, but they'll fall through like this, right, and then down into the pit. My take is actually very similar. You know, I'm not surprised. We may never know, but there is a possibility that additional information... Yeah, of course, there always is. That possibility is highly likely, by the way. I think this is an important conversation in the Minecraft community, but it's disappointing to see people whip out the pitchforks on both sides without reason. Yes, of course. But that's human nature, you know? We're still monkeys at heart. And clicks generate money. They certainly will. Oh, well. Yeah, you know, it's kind of hard to say, but it's good for publicity because a little controversy is always nice for publicity. It's not nice for the people involved, but it's nice for the publicity, right? And so you'll see that musicians and actors and even and athletes and whatnot, people in the entertainment industry will often do some bad stuff in the media, so they get a little bit of dirt and stuff to, you know, get a little controversy so they can get more attention, right? Some of it might be dangerous publicity stuff. Oh, absolutely. And that's the recklessness of it, right? That's the thoughtlessness of just saying, yeah, we need that publicity no matter what the cost, no matter what it takes. And this is what people want. Giving people what they want all the time isn't always the best thing because people don't always want the best things. Human nature. Yeah. All right, so now, we need to reverse the action of this, and I'm thinking also, we're going to have to pull this back by 1 block, which is not a big deal. So let's duplicate everything 1 block over. And let me see, do I have another button? No, I do not. Fuck. This is how bad my short-term memory is, by the way. Yeah, now see? Look at this. See how it changes the state for that? If I temporarily remove that from that side, there we go. That'll save it. And then take that away from there, and then restore that. It should be good. Okay, let's do that. We need to observe the rail. Ugh! Now we have to do a similar thing here. Let's take that so it doesn't activate. This doesn't matter because those are out of the way, I think. Oh, no. It did kind of do that. I'm going to have to fix that. All right. Yeah, okay. We'll just reset that after. That's no biggie. And let me see. We put this here. We put that there. We put that there. We put that there. Recklessness and hermitcraft, not necessarily the two I'd think about together, but yeah. And that's kind of the problem, isn't it? Also, in that, that behavior of choosing one side or choosing the other, that's... I don't know if you guys can see this right here. But that's your basic conditional statement truth table. If you do a little bit of math or a little bit of logic, if you take a logic class, or if you take a geometry class, especially, that's usually when Americans first learn that in school. You get a conditional statement: if hypothesis, then conclusion. And this kind of truth table has the 4 possibilities of that system, right? And so one of those is that, if true hypothesis, then true conclusion, the whole statement's true. And you can think of the statement true as being like satisfying, right? If hypothesis false, then conclusion true. That's good. It may seem strange, but it's good. It's still satisfying. I led with a wrong hypothesis, but I still came to a true conclusion. That's a good thing, right? Then, of course, if I have a false hypothesis and then a false conclusion, maybe I don't get the conclusion I want, but it's satisfying because it makes sense. Of course, I got a false conclusion. I had a false hypothesis. It makes sense. The one that causes me the most misery is the disqualifier, where you have a true hypothesis leading to a false conclusion. That's very dissatisfying, right? So that's the one we don't like. So in any dichotometric kind of situation, you have those four kind of outcomes. And you can see this also represented in the 2x2 frequency chart, right? It's the bane of my existence, right? that fourth outcome, right? And the point I'm trying to make here is in a situation where you have a behavior where you choose one party's side against the other, what most people don't consider, they're considering either one side's right and the other side's wrong, or this side is right and that side is wrong. But what people don't consider is both sides could be right. Both sides could also be wrong, right? You think, okay, there's some sort of abusive person and there's a victim. There could be both situations where both parties are abusive. There could be a situation where both parties are victims. There could be a situation where, in their way, both parties are right. Both parties could also be wrong. It's not just they're right or they're wrong, or they're right or they're wrong. You know, there's those other possibilities. And so, you know, that's why I say I can't, you know, I can't make a decision about that, you know. As far as I'm concerned, with what little note I know about that, all four possibilities could still be true. I haven't heard anything that locks any of those in. So what can I really say about that, right? But that's a very dissatisfying response for a lot of people. A lot of people don't like that. They want me to choose one or the other, right? And I'm like, yeah, you're asking the wrong dude. You're asking the wrong dude. I'm not saying you are personally, Jeppo, but you know what I mean, right? You know, one thing I didn't check was the delay I had on these. Dang. I should have looked at that. I thought it would make for an interesting stream discussion. Yeah. Usually I don't discuss those kind of things on stream, though. Usually I don't, because I feel like this is, you know, my Baby Zombie Rush Minecraft stream, and if I wanted to do something like that, I would have a just chatting stream, and then I would have just choose that as the topic. You know, this is Minecraft, that's Minecraft, so it's kind of related. So, you know, and because it's you, I let it slip a little bit. But usually I'll just say, you know, I'll talk to you about that later. Like when people try to talk politics or something, that's usually what I do. Or when they try to talk a religion or something like that. That's usually my response. Yeah, I don't talk about that on stream. And I only do that because I feel like I'm not being genuine, right? So, yeah, definitely, yeah. You know, Jeppo, you probably feel the same way, right? I mean, if you say a little bit about it, that's fine, but you know, if you're having a ukulele stream and somebody comes in and, you know, they start talking about, you know, world affairs or something, that's just, you know, you're, hey, what the heck? You know, this is my ukulele stream. What the heck, man? You're obliterating my stream. Like I said, in this case, though, I don't mind so much. You know, it's okay. I could talk a little bit about that, but what did I do? Oh, this comes off of this way. Oh, I can make this. I can make this shorter, actually. Okay. Ugh. What did I do there? Somehow this broke these. Oh, that's why. Okay. We can do this. Let me see. We can now just pull this directly over. This is going to be nice. This is going to make things a little simpler. It doesn't make it simpler. It just makes it more compact. That's why I thought I'd ask first. Yeah, so you're cool. That's why I say, you're cool. But it is, so it is this ukulele. Also, if I was going to do that kind of a just chatting kind of stream, I don't think I would have my Thunderhand brand on that. I don't think I would. Number one, I'm very surprised that anybody's really concerned with what I think about those kind of things at all. This, again, makes a little bit more sense, in that it's Minecraft, right? And so that makes a little more sense. Have you ever done a just chatting stream? I don't think I have. I did something that was kind of similar about 2 years ago on our trip to Taiwan. I streamed from the Taipei Botanical Gardens, and I was just walking around and just talking about Taiwan and what I was doing there, and interacting with the locals for better or worse. So I did do that, and that VOD's up there too. I still have that one, and I may do another one of those soon. But on another trip when I'm in a really cool place, right? I mean, the Taiwan Botanical Gardens is cool, and I chose that spot because Mrs. Thunderhand's family's apartment is right next to that. I mean, right next to it. So, and I go out for my morning walk every morning through there. So that's why I did that. In that location. But if we go to a different location, I may do that. The other concern I have is the situation in which you're experiencing right now. Sometimes when I'm in sections of downtown old Taipei, the cellular is not good there, right? So yeah, and I just lose signal there, and I can't stream. So it's okay right inside the park. But I tried to leave the park and do my walk through the city over to their storage apartment where I play music. And because that's cool, walking through the streets of Taipei every morning to go to the other apartment to work over there. I really like that, and so I wanted to show you guys a little bit of that. But the moment I left the area of the park, the signal just cut right off. I've only been to the airport in Taiwan, yeah. Which I hope was a pleasant experience for you. It should have been, because it's an excellent, excellent airport. Taoyuan. Gotcha. Yeah, the struggles of imperfect signals, yes. So, okay, I was able to move this over quite easily over to one side. Now we can put the structure in place right here. Right, we would get something thusly, and I don't think anything's going to stick to that, so we should be okay. You got to think about that when you're dealing with sticky pistons and slime blocks and things like that, right? So we can do something like that, and something like that. Oh, and the whole point of this. Yeah, actually, we don't really need these ones on the sides. They won't show. We just need to extend these ones downward. like that. Okay, so it'll open up into the floor like that. And depending on how long this is, of course, there'll be another set here, right? And going all the way down. And so they'll just see this pit with the lava below, right? Before we go any further, let's reset this and make sure that it will work. Because I think I forgot to set the timing of these off. Fuck. All right, let's try it out and let's see if it works. Yeah, see, not enough of a delay there, or too much. Do I have any delay at all? No, I don't. In fact, it looked like one side didn't fire. Whatsoever. So let me take a look at this. Let me see. This goes down. It's going to hit that. This will fire through. This is pointing in the right direction. Okay, so it's this side that didn't work. Okay, so this retracted those downward, but these didn't pull them to the side. Okay, and I'm thinking these might be at maximum. I might have to do something like that. Let me see. This is good. This is good. Again, these might be... Because I'm thinking that's why I put 2 repeaters here. Because otherwise, why would I put more than one? Right? I would just put the redstone dust there. All right, let's... And these are in their permanently on state, which is a little weird. Okay. And I got to think about those blocks that I put in there as, do they conduct redstone and are they causing a problem? I don't think that they are. Don't think that they are. I think they're going to be okay. Yeah, okay. I think we're good there. And we're good there like that. All right, and we should be good on either side. Let me just take a quick look at this. We're good there. Comparators, good. These are all set at the same. These are all set the same. We're good there. I think this can come out just directly out of that. I don't think I needed a repeater there. We're good here. That extends out of there. These are all set. I think we're in good shape. Let's reset it and let's get it to work again. Like this. And this is the default state. Like so. And if I come up here, let's see what happens. All right. This is not reading. So why not? These are pointing in the right direction. We have some sort of timing problem here. Let me see. Shut Mountain, you almost got it. Shut, welcome on in. You guys can see the auto shoutouts, by the way, for Jeppo back there in the chat. I'm back. You're going to have to scroll back a little bit. Sorry, I didn't mention that earlier. And the auto shoutout for Shut Mountain. And you know what? I'm at the halfway point of the stream. I'm going to assume I started somewhere around 12:30. And so I'm almost an hour in. This is a good time to do a be right back and run some ads. Welcome on in, Shut. I'm taking a break. See ya. No. Yeah, let me run about maybe 3 minutes of ads, and I will be right back. And we're back. Okay. I need to switch to standing mode. There we are. Let's do this. Yeah, Jeppo is traveling in a rather rural area right now. She's roughing it, as we say. All right. Again, why is this not? All right. You know what? I think one side needs to be a little bit more delayed than the other, and I think that's what was happening. Let me check out the action on this side. It's like this is not. And this comes over. I so need more brain right now. You know, I had a little bit of a neurological renaissance. It was sort of a Flowers for Algernon kind of situation for the month of, I would say, pulling out of November, going into January, December and January. I don't know what it is, but I was making cognitive leaps and bounds. And then February hit, and it's like right back down. It was fun having a functional brain for 2 months, but unfortunately we are back to normal. So change scene. Yes, of course. Thank you, Shut. That's what you're trying to say. There we go. He cuts green wood and then lets it sit for the winter before next year. Yeah, because the wood needs to be dry. Yeah, for December and January, the old neurons were firing and stuff, and we were making leaps and bounds in cognition, and then February struck, and we're right back to dilapidated brain that doesn't work, as you can see. All right, so what's not working with this? There's got to be one small. I'm thinking it's my timing here, isn't working. So it might not be 4 ticks each. It might. I should have really looked at this before I. All right, let's try this. If I have 2 repeaters ganged together like this, then it's more than 4 ticks. So I'm going to try that. Like this. And let's see what... Oh, let's do this. And yeah, I can't fire that quite from here. But I can make another. Yeah, so I can fire it from this side so I can see what's happening. All right, yeah, so I got one side to fire, but not the other. So it pulled it down, and then it retracted it across. So symmetry-wise, there's something not happening on the other side. Now, I'm thinking one of the situations might be that we have an uneven amount here, right? That we have 2 here, and we have 3 there. Usually, that's not too much of a problem. I don't think that that's what the case is, though. Let's just trigger the side by itself, and let's see what happens. Maybe I can do this and just trigger it from here for a reset. There we go. that. All right, it's like this bottom row isn't firing. But of course that's not firing because we're activating this past that. I'd have to activate it over here as well. So I think a good test button would be that one for both of them, right? So let's go reset it. I will say one thing though. At least when I make a mistake though, I can find where I made the mistake. Let's reset the playlist. So you got the Shut Mountain Brain then. Shut, I would be doing so much better if I had your brain, buddy. That's how bad my brain is. Oh, okay, yeah. And then we can pull that off of that side like that. Of course, again, now what's supposed to happen is this is supposed to fire first, grab these and pull it down, and then these are supposed to grab both of them and pull them back, right? So it looks like this is firing first. Yeah, so these aren't firing first. I can definitely see those not firing first. And they're not firing first for some very, very stupid reason. Oh, wait. Yeah, let's not do that, please. All right, I do have this side function. So I'm going to hit this side again just so I can see this side work. And, you know, that's one of the drawbacks about streaming this on a Wednesday and then not seeing it again for another 2 weeks. I mean, that does not help things. So okay, so that worked out well. Right. Let's reset. These got moved up a little too much. Fuck, hands. All right, yeah, so these get pushed forward. That goes up, pulls them down, and then these... And this retracts everything back. Right. So what is... I think what I'm doing is...
Oh, I make grave mistakes all the time. Everything seems to work out.
The operational side has 3 sticky pistons along the side. The non-operational... Thank you. Thank you, Shut. And this is why back seating is allowed. If I'm not mistaken... Okay, so those have to be pointing upwards. Right there. Great. All this just to get back to where we initially started. It's that bad, people. You know, usually I get to spend the morning. I don't stream until noontime here. And so I'll bring Kachi to school. I'll do a few things around the house. And then I'll get on here and I'll mess with this a little bit just to review and get caught up. Before I start to stream. This morning I wasn't able to do that, clearly. Also, I don't need that like that. If I did this right... If I did this right, I could just... I should be able to just do this. No. Hands, please. There, like that. Right. There we go. And then the player falls through. Right? So... When last we left off, friends, that's where we were at. I mean, we did do a few other things. We did determine, like, for example, we need to move this back, right? We reviewed comparator clocks, right? Which we may wind up using in here somewhere. For want of 2 sticky pistons, the player survived. Not anymore. But if you look, we did build in a chance for them to survive, right? I mean, it's only the middle that drops out. Now, the chance is highly unlikely. The player would very likely be standing here to press a button there. I don't think a player would come up quite this close to press a button here. That's why I have the middle ones falling out because... But the action is slow. I think there's enough time where they press the button, they're bouncing around, baby. They can see the floor start to move and then maybe jump to a side. So I do want to give them a chance to escape, survive, but a very, very small one. If I could just have them press a button and the floor opens up and they fall, it would be funnier. The comedy of that kind of action would be funnier. But we can't get that kind of speed. So this will have to do. And it gives, like I said, it gives them a very slight chance to survive. One of the other things I could do is remove those pistons there and keep a piece of the ledge right here from moving. I could do that too, but nah, let's do that. All right, so we have this firing in this kind of a way where the signal comes down here, it activates this rail, and then this is activated, and then this is activated. Right? And now to reverse, we then need this to activate, these outer ones to activate, and then the inner ones to activate. Glad I could help. That was awesome. Please just keep doing that. So that's the reverse order in which we need. And so what I tried to do the last time was to then make a circuit on this side of things here. Just to have some symmetry, right? Because I think we have a lot of business going on here, but I think it would be better if we put things all on this side instead. And the way we're going to do that I think I got a way to do that. I think I got a way to do that. I'm thinking, let's start with a comparator clock. All right. Now, I'm already sufficiently below the deck here, so I think we're okay there. And we can do the comparator clock here like this. But see, the problem with sharing the same side here is we interfere with the bus. What I'm going to need is a separate bus from this one that will then go, and this will go to the outside and carry it to the inside. So let's begin by duplicating this on the same side, and I've got a way to reach this bus over here. And we'll step it downward now. Let's extend this out to here, and let's put at least a 1 block buffer in between. It may wind up being more than that. Now we have to, there's a maximum amount of rails that we can have here, so we got to be careful with this. So 1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8、9. So 9 would be the maximum amount. So we're not at 9 yet, so we're doing well. The secondary bus, the bus should actually go on the top, I'm thinking. Maybe. The signal, the redstone signal, I'm thinking is going to come underneath. Let me see when I let's do... Let's do this. And am I reset here? I think I am. Right? No, we're not. Okay, so that has to be in the downward position. If we are like this. And you know what? This doesn't have to be right on the same part. That might cause some issues. Let's do this. This is going to cause a problem. No, it doesn't. Great. There we go. Okay, this is good. So the circuit can... Well, no, we got to be careful now. We've got to be careful because they're going to fall through the pit here. Yeah. So we can... I wanted to try to keep it somewhere in the middle, but the drop chute is in the middle, right? So there is that. We need to, at the most, we need to be right here. One of the things we could do? I think we have enough room where we could just do that. And then do this. I'm just wondering why I needed to take it from this side and bring it to that side. And I thought I determined that the last time. I thought I was taking it... I could just take it off of maybe this rail and then have it loop and then distribute to the outers and then the inners. I thought I could do something like that. Oh, because it fed back through the system. That's why. But I thought I solved that with, but then it can't. Yeah, it needs a two-way exchange, and that's why it can't do that. You may end up backfeeding the circuit. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. That's why I couldn't do that the last time. This way, and you know what? I might be able to use this on either side. Yeah, I might be able to use this on either side. I probably won't have to do this. Well, I don't really need those there, right? I might be able to use this. So this would trigger this. This would come up to here. So long as I had a repeater there, so it only goes in one direction. Right, so if we put, for example, a repeater that way. Oh yeah, I forgot, it changes the state of that. I think dang, I wanted to put a block there. I can use redstone dust. I didn't want to, but I got to be careful not to power the block above. But if I'm not mistaken, I think I can just do... I think I could just do this. And I think... Yeah, see, it won't power the top. That's what I wanted to be certain of. Also, I could use this to add the delay. In fact, if I do this right, I'll tell you what. There we go. There's your delay. There's your delay. We could do that. Now, I could bring the signal back up here and across. I could put an observer right here and do that. But I'm thinking I want this to stay open a couple of seconds, right? So I'll have to reset that in a moment. And then I'm going to need the same number of repeaters, I think, set at the same time. So we could do this. And then something like this. I'm thinking something like that. Right? I'm thinking this will activate. It will take a certain amount of time to cross. This will hit. That'll activate. Take a certain amount of time to cross, and then that'll activate. And I'm thinking it'll do something like that. And this, I'm just going to assume it's the same as that over there, just to see what the action is. Because I have this, that'll be one tick, right? So it may be something like that. So we need to get it in its open state and then see if that will close it. How am I doing for time? I'm actually past the end of stream time, of course. So what it's going to need to do now, and you know what? Let's pull this away for now, just so we could watch the action, right, from this side. Okay, we're still getting double piston though, because we need a... Yeah, hold on. It depends on what state the copper bulbs are in when we finish, right? So those are off. Let's return this to the... that. This is the initial condition. And you know what? Let's just do that for now to see if that's enough. what happened. Bubba, what did you do? That should have seen that. That should have seen that. This should have come down here. That should have gone in there. Somehow we didn't activate the... Oh, did I take something out? Those are okay. Those are okay. That's okay. Those are okay. Those are okay. When this drops into place, it should pulse that and it should start it. What? Shut. What am I forgetting now? Yeah, wow. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I started late. So I still get some time left. So what am I missing? This drops down, that fires. This sees it, distributes that way up. These come over, fire this. This comes up. We should be okay. But somehow the timing's off of this now. That's why. Baba. There we go. Let's try this. Okay, it looked like this fired first, and then that fired. Oh, wait. All right, again, this might be a timing thing. Slow your return pulse down more. I'm thinking, yeah. And of course, that's easy to do, right? So we'll just keep slowing it down until we get to the point, right? Because I would rather do it this way, little by little, and then find out what the minimum has to be, right? It's like the bottom is firing before the top. Oh, that means there's too much delay. Bottom firing before the top means there's too much delay. I tell you, so much of Redstone is just like spamming it and then watching what happens. And then from what you can see happening or not happening. Just observing is like such a learning experience. The only problem with that is, with somebody like me who doesn't have any talent, I only have skill. That I have to try it, like run through all the wrong ways of doing it first to arrive at the right way of doing it. I still get there, but the problem is it takes time, right? To acquire that skill, it takes time. Whereas if I had talent, I would just do it right the first time. All right, so. All right. I think that might do it. Am I thinking about this in the right way? Well, clearly not. I mean, but it looks to me like the bottom pistons are firing first. It looks that way to me. I don't have signal going. Now I do. All right. Thank you, Shut. Second time. Okay, that means I should set the initial condition again. And now we've got to count this, because how long will this take? I think these are two. Well, it's initially one tick. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This would be 7. That would be 8. And then that would fire over. So as long as this is greater than 8, we should be fine. I'm going to go with that first and then increase this last one past 8, because we'll have 8 here. This would be 9. That would be 10, and then that would flash. So there it is. Right there. Thank you, Shut. Okay, so now we need a greater delay between or a greater initial delay. So increasing this. Oh yeah, okay. So the delay, this will should always instantaneously do this one first, and then there should be the delay for the second. So to delay the entire thing would be these. All right. So now we just need to, you know what? And let's just work on one side so we don't have to reset the entire thing. Let's just work on one side. So okay, I'm not so sure I need that much of a delay between these two. Let's try that. Yeah, we're good there. Okay, so that's good. That's the minimum I can do there. I might be able to put an extra rail here and just have the redstone going into the rail. Does that work? And get rid of the other repeater? Yeah. Because I think we're good. Even though this is running in this direction, Let's make certain. Ah, that won't. That's why we need the repeater. I mean, I can't click on that and make that a blob. I could put a target block there, but we need to carry this signal all the way. Well, no, actually we don't, because I can mirror this on the other side, so we don't need any of this. This is nice. This is going to be nice. And I think I could just turn the corner with a target block, and it should still work. Should still work. Yeah. Okay, I like that better. I like to use target blocks whenever I can. Now, I'm not going to use a target block here because just power running through a target block, an observer can't detect that. It doesn't, like, change the state of the target block. I might be able to put a redstone lamp there. But I think the redstone blob there the dust is good there. Okay, and now, oh wait. Did that not return properly? Yeah, I don't think it did. Yeah, that didn't return properly, did it? Or did it? I'm confusing myself. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's totally fine. it's totally fine. Trust yourself, Thunder. You're good at this. You can do this. Okay, so now it's just how long do I want it to remain open for the player and maybe baby zombies to be plummeting through. Right? So there is that. And I think that's what I'm adjusting here. So they hit that. I feel that's a little too soon. This actually works out really good because I have the delay right there. That is getting better. That is getting a lot better. I think I'm going to go right for that. So they press the button. And they fall through. A couple baby zombies fall through, and then it closes. In fact, I don't know, maybe a little bit longer. So if I wound up putting in the comparator clock, this is where the comparator clock would go. But I don't know. This might be enough. If I were standing on this like so, I hit the button. Oh no, I'm still scrambling for baby zombies. Dang, I think that's good enough. I'm going to go with that. And if I watch the player running through this, Kamakwa, and I feel it's not enough time, then I will extend it. We still have 15 minutes left of the stream. I think that's time enough to install the other side. So I think we have that. And let's just mirror. I love the way this worked out. This worked out so well. It's just the way everything was laid out. It just all fell right into place. I don't know. I kind of feel like that's some December, January stuff coming in there. Plus, Shut Mountain helping me see some things. All right, let's do that. We can do this. There we go.
Tony Stark was able to build this in a cave with a box of scraps.
The observer is upside down. Thank you. Oh, because this changed state. Okay, yep. I should have done that last. All right. Well, it's about to change state again. Because we need to put our row of repeaters through here. And we'll just go back and reset everything. And all of these are set to 4 ticks. Like that. Okay. Let's, well, I guess it's already set in the, it's already reset. I think we're good, right, Shut? I'm just flying around this having a look now. I think we're good. In fact, having a very slight delay between this activating and this activating. Oh, something. Nope. That did not work on one side. Uh-oh. So it's like the secondary system didn't fire. And you know what? One thing I want to check. One thing I want to check. Good. I wanted to make sure that we didn't have power transmitting straight through. So I think we're good there. Let me see. We have those two like that, those two like that. They're all facing the right direction. Initial conditions are the same. These are all in the on position. Not good. Yeah, let's reset these. As I was building it, I may have gotten those in the opposite configuration. All right, initial state should be like that. And I'm thinking it's those because that part failed. So I think we're okay. Let's try it again. Looks like it's good. And I think you guys can see how easy that is to survive. Reset the observers on the sticky pistons. Yeah, with the bulbs, right? The bulbs were in the wrong initial state. So let's see if I can do this just right to get the screenshot. Okay. Uh-oh. Did it close after? Yeah, it did. Okay. Then maybe I should angle it upwards slightly. Okay. Wow, that action is so fast when it closes. That's pretty good. And I'm thinking this is about as far as I want the player to fall. I can't wait to show this to Kachi. I think that's the way I had it. I might also have done... I think I did that. And that. And then I think I'm good. Beautiful. Two of them, actually. One's a lava pit, and the other is a creeper pit. So that's actually going to have to be obsidian for the creeper pit. And the creeper pit's going to have to be deeper so the explosion doesn't take out the redstone around above it as well. So... TNT pit. That was the original one. We had three of them. We had a lava pit, and we had a TNT pit, and we had a creeper pit. I went to I combined. I was thinking creeper and TNT, and so I went with creeper because I thought creeper was funnier. But I don't know. You should because I think those both do the same thing. And so I think I should really just have one of those. So what do you think is funnier, TNT or Creeper? I don't know. I think Creeper is a little funnier. I was considering a third one that might be maybe not exactly beneficial, but not detrimental either. I was thinking on having it drop down into a tunnel that pops up in some different part of the maze. I was thinking of doing that too, and make the tunnel as disorientating as possible. Make it all out of black concrete. Some of the baby zombies will survive the fall. They'll be chasing you through there. I think that the creeper would be too quick. The TNT creates that slight bit of... You know, Shot, I think you're right. And Kachi's original idea was the TNT anyway. So, yeah, let's go with the TNT. We'll go with that. I'm all for that. I mean, the creeper's funny, but Oh yeah, I gotta watch this. I think I'm okay. In this state, these firing is not gonna cause a problem. I'm just wondering how much of a blast, how deep I'm gonna have to make this thing. I'm assuming just let's count this out, like 1, 2. That would be 8 blocks, but I'm thinking how many blocks away from the redstone. Let's go this deep. We'll take a screenshot of this just in case it blows up. Yeah, let's do that, and then let's do a testing. I mean, the lava pit's no problem. I don't think the lava pit has to be this deep. But the TNT pit, yeah. TNT pit needs to be really deep. Just to protect the redstone, right? And the problem with the redstone is I can't protect it with obsidian. Because it needs to be where it is to be functional. So I think it does. We can do this, right? I think we're at the end of the stream. We're very close to the end of the stream. Right. We can build a mock-up off to the side and then test it with some TNT. We could do that. I can do that off camera, though. I don't have to do it here. We can wrap up the stream. Because I am going to have to go pick up Kachi soon. Oh, just looking at that obsidian shaft. That is so good. And also, I feel good about this because we accomplished a goal during the stream. We have this whole thing set up now. So let's do a little cleanup around it. I'm going to leave this in here because I want to copy this into my creative test world now that I'm sure how that works. I do love this, people. I mean, I'm loving this a lot. And you know what? I think we should be holding TNT. There we go. I think that's going to make for a good screenshot. Let me see. Let me go down a little lower. I'm just trying to get my thumbnail for the VOD. That's pretty good. That covers the drop shaft. There we go. Now you can see a drop shaft there. We'll angle it a little bit just so I get the Generations logo in there. I think all that's all set. I kind of like that one. All right. With that, let us get all set up to read out. Have a great night, Thunder. Hey, Shut, thank you for dropping by, man. And thanks for being a second pair of eyes for me there. That really helped out. I mean, maybe I could have eventually seen it, but, you know, I would have had to backtrack. It would have taken more time, so I appreciate it. Thanks. All right. Monofactory. Nope. New stuff in things Minecraft. Oh, okay. Jeannie is streaming right now, so let's raid on out to her. Yays, I helped. I got a little better at redstone today, Shut. Thank you. Okay. Let's set up for our raid here. The raids have been going kind of weird lately. Raids have been weird lately. Usually I do this, so let's put the chat message in. The raid message in the chat. Let's do exclamation point raid. All right, so you all can see the raid message in the chat. You can copy and paste that into the chat. If you would like to join us along on the raid. I have no clue what was going on. I just saw symmetry that wasn't there. Hey, that's enough, man. That's enough. And then you see what I do with it and how it works, and then we both get better. Yeah, so if you would like to join us along on the raid, and I always encourage the viewers to join us on these raids, even if you can't stay for the entire stream, drop in, say hi, and if you feel so inclined, a follow, maybe some bits of sub, that would be really cool. Set up the raid itself. And there we have the raid counting down for Cheska's Genie. Family-friendly viewers, just be reminded that her channel, her stream is for mature audiences. There's a little bit of language and stuff in there, but she is super cool. Fellow buffoon, we have a lot of shared community. Chances are you'll see people in there that you know and stuff. So just remember that we do this Generation stream every Wednesday from noon to 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Our next stream will be Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. That will be Buffooncraft SMP Season 6. And I have something so cool to show you guys. So please make sure, if you can attend that stream, check out the VOD. I think you guys are going to like that a lot. The stream after that will be Sunday. That'll be from 4 to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That will be Kachi time. Hopefully, we'll get to play some more Half-Life. If you guys saw last Sunday's stream, viewers, you saw last Sunday's stream, then that was so much fun that I actually forgot to stop for the halfway point to run the ads. So, all right, let's do the raid now. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you happen to be. We'll see you again next time. Reading out to Cheska's Genie. No. Bye for now, everyone.